That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one, Wes. Where'd you find that little jewel at? Huh?
Bro, I saved that one from Christmas, believe it or not.
Oh,
So I didn't name it, and I just got it on there around Christmas time. So Merry Christmas, everyone. How's
It's in the
everything?
nine. It's in the nines, Wes. A 9 point something. It's
yeah,
Oh,
I'm in the
up in the
nines. I'm in
nines?
the nines as well. I'm in the nines as well. Man, I liked it. I liked it.
Boys, it's going to be
Man,
a good night.
it was simple. It was clean, man. It was nice, you know. So
Well, I can tell you what, they didn't give me a 9 on my ribs. So thank you for giving me the 9s. I do appreciate it. I can feel the love already. What's happening, boys?
Wes, you
Man,
look fresh. You look recharged. You look good, Wes.
Dude, I
I mean,
appreciate
you look like you just got a haircut. You always look like you just got a haircut.
it. Well, when your hair stops growing at a certain length, you just shift your hat around. It looks like you got a fresh cut. Trim around the ears a little bit. That's it, bro. I don't.
Go around
The follicles are on vacation.
You've already got a template.
There's no doubt.
Well, welcome everybody. We're on episode 52, and if you're listening to it on Spotify, which, man, I've had a couple of people message me that they just listen to the audio, and I don't know if they know that we're live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're listening on Spotify, we do, or Apple, we do the show live, uncensored, thanks to Wes Garrett and Piglytically Incorrect. But we're every Tuesday night at 8:00. So if you're listening to this and you want to catch it live, some of the stuff I think that we do is better live because you can actually see.
Yeah.
Some of the, and I didn't talk to you, Wes, but me and Phil talked about this earlier. Maybe we're going to do a little cook breakdown, maybe, and we'll see how it goes. See if people are interested in it. Man, I was out at Alvin along with Phil, and I was talking to a guy after awards, and he had no idea that you could log in and look at your cook and see your tables and see kind of the data. You have that with KCBS. We've got it with CBA. So yeah, we'll get into that as well. So
That's cool, man.
But man, sounds like man, you had a good time in Texas, though, Wes. Huh? Was that your first comp in Texas?
That was the first comp, and I was going to talk about it when we get. First of all, everyone, stop what you're doing, like, share the show. We sure appreciate it, and it goes a long way. But I wanted to wait till we get up about 100 people just to tell everybody, to give my love to the state of Texas. I really appreciate it. That was fun. It was a long ass way there. I felt like a pioneer. We had to cross some rivers. Cattle. We had some longhorns. We were moving out. We hit every Bucky. I'm $1,000 deep for every Buc-ee's you guys have.
Right.
Not real happy about that, but man, I had a blast. I mean, I understand a lot of people were in Alvin, and I hated that. Some of the people that came over and introduced themselves, we hung out, we talked, we had a phenomenal time. I mean, they treated us well, they fed us great, good venue. Man, I couldn't ask for anything better. I'll be back for sure.
Man, it's a great contest.
Nothing
Me and
better?
Phil, yeah, it's great. So
What'd you say there, Phil?
Nothing better. Not one thing better.
I'm still trying to figure out where we're going with this, but I don't like it already. So,
Man,
yeah.
the rumor is Brad got his 8 points back.
Yeah, he did. He did. I didn't want to go there to give that up because, everybody in KCBS holds on to when you can even get close to Brad. And look, last time we were there, I got to hang the 8, and he came back with vengeance, and he took all of our pride, and he did it with a smile on his face, and even took a shower in my damn trailer to get on the plane. So,
On the back of a Tesla.
yeah, in a Tesla. The guy just showed up. It was a 100% business trip. He came to take money, cash checks, and lap the field.
He's a machine.
He is a machine. And he's on a mission this year, man. And I know we've got a 7 auto. I think this is what? Somebody correct me because I know y'all will. Is this his 6th GC this year?
70. Well, this year, you mean?
For the Jack calendar.
Yeah.
God, man. We hadn't even started yet.
Yeah, he's on quite the tear. There's no doubt.
yeah, he is.
We're breaking records, man.
I think we're seeing how quick he can get to 10. Man, is there a
He was
record
going.
for
We're going to get him. We're going to get him on the show maybe next week when he's back in town. I think he's traveling, or he said he would. I did ask him because, man, it's his 7th time to get 7, which is pretty freaking crazy if you ask me.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I mean, I don't even think I've been competing 7 years, and he's
Right.
and he's still mad at him. He's got the drive to go out and
Trust
just
that information.
go after it. So
6. Okay, thanks, little gringo. Yeah, I mean, and he's cooking well. I mean, he's relaxed. He's sitting over there in an office chair. He's borrowing everything he's got. He's got helpers. I don't think he broke a sweat. Oh, man, he had helpers. He's got like 2 world champion helpers there. They were just getting him shit. They're making them
Hey,
call.
boys, let's go ahead and wrap. Yeah, if y'all would.
Hey, what do you guys think?
Come on in there in seconds.
Oh yeah, man. It's you get tired of watching the photo shoot with him, and then we're talking before he leaves. He's like, you thinking about getting him on the show. He's like, yeah, I'm going to France Monday. What are you going to France for? Just want to fucking hang around France. Okay. All right, let's do this, man.
Hey, Wes, I'm going back to Mississippi.
He actually, believe it or not, he got to France before I made it home. It's the truth.
he got to France, was eating dinner at the top of the Eiffel Tower before you made it home.
Yeah, it was, man. I had fun. I will be back for sure. That way we can do it. We can all hang out and have fun and get everybody together. So, man, you guys do it right. I'm going to give you your props.
Man,
It's
Cedar
my fault
Park
for not getting there earlier.
And I talked to them. They scheduled it this year on top of Alvin, and man, next year they're going to take a hard look. So hopefully, I can separate those weekends. I know there's a lot of teams that like to cook both those cook-offs. So
yeah,
I never said I was coming back next year. I said I'll look at it this year.
So you ain't coming back. You one and done or what?
It just depends on how much shit people give. Now, I really will be back. I told Jen I would probably come over to Danny Dietz. I said I was coming to Danny Dietz. I do want to swing by there and come over there and maybe stay at the chicken fried house and grind my feet on your couch.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, man, I'm close. I'm close to Danny Dietz, and I got room for you to park your trailer. So,
yep, absolutely.
You do decide to come, and you back her on in the drive for sure. So.
Oh, good, man. We have to dump the old black tank and see how that goes around, and see if we get kicked out of the neighborhood.
Straight to the pond.
Well, what about you guys? Let's talk about you. I think if I read everything, y'all had a pretty damn good cook down in Alvin.
Well, we did. I mean, as Phil would say, they got lucky. But and Phil hit his 50th first place brisket, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool to get 50 first place briskets. I thought that was super cool.
Oh yeah,
nice
that is
cool.
Yeah,
Myself, I was a no call 8th, so no calls, everything just outside, but squeezed in the top 10. So,
but Bill, you're kind of known for that. You called top 10 the Royal a couple of years ago, if I remember correctly.
And it was 8th there as well. It was 8th there as well. Yep. So
all you bettors out there, if you have to bet and you got one of those pots, go for 8 on chicken fried. It's a pretty good call. In a big contest. He's going to be there. He's going to be in the top 10, probably at 8.
And we try for sure. So, but man, we'll get into some table data here in a minute. But man, Phil wants to talk about his old brisket. I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to really circle the wagons with him. I know there's been certain briskets he cooked that he hated, and they still got in there for first. I didn't know if this was a love or a hate brisket that got in there.
Man, it just really didn't. It was a good brisket. It was. Man, nothing really like you go, oh, it's first place. You know what I mean? I mean, it was whatever. Man, it's a brisket. It was a good one. And, man, hit the right table this time and got rewarded. Man, it's the opposite some other time. So, man, we were happy to take it.
No big
Didn't really
deal.
feel like it, I feel like you now want to go, man, this is
If
first
you
place.
start from the beginning on how you got to this brisket you didn't like and give us the details on what you didn't like so we can avoid this, we would appreciate it. This is Shiggin fried, so start with what brisket did you cook?
And this was a Wagyu X. So, man, I've been cooking these Wagyu X out of Harper, which isn't far. So, man, it's kind of new to the program. But man, he's got a lot of really good briskets, and they're really well marbled. And it's only an hour from the house, so it's logistically it works for me. And man, I would say it was. I was surprised when I got it on the board and cut it. Man, it was more tender than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
So, kind of happy. It was one of those kitty gloves briskets, which is fine most of the time in Texas. But anyway, it was tender. So, man, I guess it's what they wanted that day. I've had ones that I swear would do better, and man, they don't. So, man, y'all know how that goes.
Absolutely.
We had a good cook, and man, we ended up 4th overall. Man, the rotisserie chicken got in there, which was, man, it's always good. I really like that chicken. It's been doing well, and shit, we were almost there. So sneaking up on her.
Well, I'll ask both of y'all, did y'all try anything new, or did y'all just run your normal program? Did y'all get out there and just say, let me do this?
No, just
I'll go first, but man, so I had a class weekend before last. Wes, I ran the class exactly like I taught the class, like no changes. And I've been working on, man, a lot of products over the past 6 months, really too many at once to have so many things going on, to be trying a lot of different products. So, man, I always kind of like when I have a class because I can just rope everything in, focus everything. And man, it's way easier, right, than actually working on stuff. So no, I wasn't working on anything, which is, man, nice sometimes.
Absolutely. Your muscle memory just kicked right back in, didn't it?
Yeah, man, that muscle memory is pretty firm.
Absolutely, man.
I don't know about Bill. We didn't really talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, Alvin, I go back and forth between chicken half because I've got some good calls with my half chicken, but I've also got good calls with doing thighs. And man, I decided to go back to thighs for Alvin, and man, it won the table for 12th, so it didn't hurt me. But man, I teeter back and forth between thighs and half chicken. Half's a lot easier, but sometimes I feel like man, thighs can be a little more consistent. Not necessarily, top 5 or top 3, but man, not kill me on the scorecard and keep me in a contest. If I can get a 190 to 195 and just stay in the game. For me, ribs was what kind of sunk me on this one. I think I was 12th chicken, 15th pork, 23rd brisket, and like 47th rib. So that rib was, but again, man, I was second on my table with ribs, and it just wasn't a good rib table. At the end of the day, the guy that won the table, I think he had me by 1 point. So,
wow.
But I also, like I said, I was telling Phil, I talked to him earlier about, I don't know if there's a desire or an appetite, but man, I think we'll break down my brisket real quick because, on the outside looking in, man, you get a 23rd brisket, you might think, man, I need to make some changes. If a new cook's out there and man, they get a 30th or even like a 47th rib, we can do the rib 2 or whatever. But man, a lot of guys don't know that you can actually log in and kind of look at it and kind of look at your scores. So, man, I'm going to do that real quick, and man, we can talk about it. And you haven't seen this before, Wes, but man, I'm going to add this to the stage.
Hell yeah.
I think we can all still talk. Am I correct? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
This is CBA's website. So I'll switch over here. I'll hit my CBA, which brings up my team. I go down here to my cook-offs, and that'll bring up all of my cook-offs. So Alvin, I was 8th overall. We'll start chicken. I had a 12th place chicken there, 47th rib, 15th pork, and 91st. But man, we'll just blaze through them real quick. There's chicken. If I click on that, the hyperlink, man, it shows that I was the highest on that table. They ran 11 boxes. Man, I had the highest chicken score on my table. It's single round. Ribs. And this is what I do after every cook. I know Phil does it too. I was second on my table with a 189, and the guy that won the table, Brisketers, and 1 point. And then we'll move over to pork, which was 15th. I won my table with pork, and there was 10 boxes on that one. And then brisket, 23rd. And I won that one as well, right? And if I look, like I'll look at this brisket deal and I'll see like judge number 6, he was my lowest score. And I'll look, how did he score the rest of the boxes? we're we go all the way up to 10. Man, the guy didn't give out 110 on anybody's trays. So
if we can get his name and number, guys, in the comments, that would be perfect.
And I've seen that before. I've had other cooks where, man, I felt like my brisket was better than last week. Last week I hit first. This brisket I felt was a lot better than last week's brisket. And man, it obviously won the table. But for me as a cook, winning my tables, man, I don't need to make any changes. Even though I had no calls, man, I'll go to the next contest, and man, I'll stay true to all that. And you can actually go down and look and see on brisket here. Man, the week before I was at first. I was first brisket. This one, the barnyard, I was 31st. Now I click on that one, and I was second on my table. Reggie Q got me by a couple of points at the barnyard, but I'll go here third.
I like how this is set up, man. This is super simple.
Smoking on the Rio,
see, which is handy, like different from KCBS. Across the board, you can see 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9. Like, man, in KCBS, if you go in, you can't see that. You can see all the scores or whatever, but
siloed.
But you can't see your top sheet. You can't see somebody else.
Sure.
24th place brisket there that I had, 191. Man, I won my table at 24th. So, and I haven't, and Phil knows this, man, I'm running that same brisket. Me and Phil are running a pretty close brisket. He helped me out a bit, and obviously threw my wrap in there. So, but man, I'm winning just about every table on brisket. So I don't make, even though I don't necessarily have all top 10s, I've got a 24th there, I've got a 31st there, and a 23rd. But all of these, I've won my table. So, man, it's not the time to go chasing ghost. Hey,
go back before we'll go back to where I want to mention something that you just said that it's going to kind of steer people off, but just make sure everyone knows, especially the KCBS people. So you just stated, you're winning your table, and you're like, this is 17th, this is 18th. But guys, slide over, look at the teams. We're fighting to get 20, sometimes 30 teams at KCBS. There's 186, 64, 246, 184. A 20th and 30th in brisket is doing pretty fucking good. And winning tables, you don't change a thing.
No. So, but yeah, and you can, like I said, we can go through. Like I said, I go through my cook, and even Phil, we'll talk on the phone. He'll go through, he'll look at mine, and man, if he sees something or I see something, and I don't think a lot of teams know that you can deep dive into it to where, if me and Phil are on a brisket table together, because man, that's happened, and we both didn't walk, but we were both, I know Phil cooks a great brisket. He's done 300 contests. He's had 50 of them that are first place. Man, if you end up on a table with Phil and, man, neither one of you get a walk, chances are it's just a bad table. And you got to counter that in. There are people psychologically out there that, man, they just won't give a 10, no matter how good it is. If it doesn't taste like theirs, there's so many different walks of life that come into that judging room. But yeah, man, if there's anybody,
Bill, hit that brisket again. Hit your brisket button on the Alvin. There we go. I just want to point out something I do, and I've been doing this for years. I do it on KCBS and CBA alike, but Bill's on the top row, right? So 9, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Man, when I break those numbers down, what I like to do is we'll just go by appearance. So 9, 10, 9, 8, 9, 9. So 110, 4 9s, and 1 8 is his appearance score. So I lump them all by category as opposed to by judge. And it gives me a sense of, man, whatever. Like if I didn't do well, what did they not like about it? Was it the appearance? Was it the taste or the tenderness? So, man, taste 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 9. So he got 4 10s and 2 9s on taste. Obviously, I like the taste. And then tenderness the same way. 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 8. So he got 3 10s, 2 9s, and an 8. Sure. And you can take that. Man, if you obviously won his table. So that's just one way I like to break mine down to see if they didn't like something about her, if I think I need to improve upon something, I can narrow that down. Man, normally to taste or tenderness.
Yeah.
And appearance normally is and not
Yeah.
something I really work on.
And roughly, how is this weighted? Is it? It's obviously going to be weighted more towards either tenderness or taste. How much?
Taste is the strongest, you know.
Okay.
Now I'll show you another brisket that really kind of threw me off. Let's see here.
And while you're doing that, Chad, he's asking, do you have to, if you're not a member, can you see all of this? I'm pretty sure you probably have to be a member to get into this.
You have to be a member. Yeah, you do have to be a member. Where was that? This Firewalker here. So this was, man, it's a pretty low brisket score. I got third, right? But 187. So we'll pull that one up. Man, again, I won my table. But look at judge number 2 here. That's what I look at. Judge number 2 fucking sunk me, right? But he sunk everybody. Man, if you look, everybody scores.
That's he didn't like tenderness or taste on the nairn piece of brisket that he got.
7-7, 7-7, 7-7. I mean, he just hammered everybody except for, man, Quattro D gave him an 8-8. But everybody else, 7-7, even Alaska. But he was, man, Judge 2 was brutal, you know.
That guy's vegan.
Man, there's no reason for somebody that scores down the line that way, to, in my opinion, to be judging barbecue.
Yeah. He's the guy that sits at the Bob Evans drinking coffee, telling everybody how good his barbecue is.
And for the breakdowns, Wes, so in CBA, presentation is 18%, taste is 46.5%, and texture is 35.5%. So anyway, that's the breakdown.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So,
like
but yeah, I mean, man, that was brutal, you know, and I RGC'd that contest, and man, the guy that won it was on a different brisket table, and he won his brisket table, but he had me by 8 points, you know, with his, you know, he'd won his brisket table as well, which Eric Rojas, there he is. He was the RGC this weekend too. And Eric's obviously a great cook. He RGC'd this weekend at Alvin. Congrats to him. But yeah, man, you got to get on the right tables, and you know, I evaluate the tables. And man, if anybody's out there wants us to look at their cook, or me or Phil, or show it, if there's a certain meat you want us to look at, man, let us know and we'll pull it up on the screen, man, the next episode. So,
oh yeah,
let me stop sharing. So, but yeah, man, log in, get a membership and log in to whatever sanctioning body you're cooking, whether it's KCBS. Man, I'm a member of KCBS, both CBA as well, because, man, they've got different tools with KCBS as far as evaluating your cook.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we've gone through it as well, you know.
It's data at your fingertips that can get you to kind of, you know, it can point you in the right direction a lot of times. Man, sometimes it needs to be ignored. So being able to figure out, by breaking down those tables, who you're on the table with, going down the columns, rearranging it, you know, can get you from point A to point B, whether or not you may or may not need to make a change. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm just reiterating and reshuffling what Phil's saying here. I don't get in there too much to try to look and see, do I need to change anything? I'm just making sure there's not a point that's like, hey, I'm really missing something. And it's sort of just what you're doing, Bill, is you go in there and look and see, you know, if you got a bad score, but you're winning tables and everybody on that table is low, then, man, don't change anything. That's just the luck of the draw. But if you're consistently fifth and sixth and people are scoring high, you've got a problem with your protein. You need to change it.
Well, too, and I mean, barbecue, there's such a mental aspect to the game. You know what I mean? Especially if you go and you don't get a walk, you know, you're glued to your chair. Man, your mind can play tricks on you. And man, any of this data that's out there to help you kind of, you know, put the puzzle together, you know, as you debrief the cook or whatnot. Because I've definitely had some where I've gone from GC one weekend and the next weekend not get a walk, but look at my tables and see that I won all my tables, but I just happen to be on shitty tables on every freaking protein, you know, and I don't make a change. And the next weekend I go out and I RGC, you know.
Yeah.
So
we talked about it a lot this weekend. I've always said, and I've heard this from other people, there's 3 games within the game of barbecue. And obviously you got to cook well. Then you got to worry about which table you get on. And then you got to worry about where you land on that table. So, I mean, there's 3 games being played there, and you got to be lucky at most of them.
Right. Man, congrats to Chad. He got a second place brisket. I think he tied Phil. And he came by and grabbed a bottle of wrap right, on Friday. And he was wanting brisket tips. I'm like, here, use this. There's your tip, And lo and behold, he got in there. So good for him, man. So
it's good stuff, man.
Yeah. What's Jordan saying? He's talking about tenderness.
Where's he down here? Hold on a second.
Yes, they dropped the lowest score.
And congrats to Jordan too, RGCGC. He's in beast mode himself. So
he just needs a new trailer, and I think he'd really just hit his stride. Just get out of that new trailer, man. That's all she's looking for. No more spin, no more.
Mark Porter, my life is a shitty tale.
Guys, if y'all ever seen a table of death and you go look at Mark's profile, he's a table of death.
Yeah. Oh, Porter, I love you, brother. I love you, man.
He's awesome.
I'm not going noodling with you. That's for damn sure. So, man, enough about us. We're 27 minutes in, man. We better get the star of the show in here. I know he's ready to turn one back.
He's about to go to sleep.
Oh shit! I should have warned everybody. Man, you're podcasting out.
We're gonna be vulgar language.
Yes. I just watched him smoke a pack of cigarettes while you were explaining that.
That was 2 joints and 4 cigarettes, all right?
Hey, man.
I don't think they were cigarettes, bro.
Yeah. Wes, you need to come to Texas more often, buddy. I think y'all rolled the
You got to give me at least a month have time to get going. There we go. Shit. There's our boy John.
There we go. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Thank you, John.
Bing, bing.
So was that your first CBA GC, bro? Was that your first CBA GC?
First GC CBA, yes, sir, dude.
Hell yeah!
Picked a good one. Picked a good one.
I think it's on my 11th cook, so for CBA, so that's not too bad.
Is that right? Yeah.
No.
Well, I know you've been kind of you've been sticking your toe in the water with CBA, and like telling me, man, I don't know, if I can hang with you boys. And next thing you know, man, you start showing up, and man, it's not just this one. You've had plenty of cook-offs with, man, CBA World Championship. I think you had 2 or 3 calls there, didn't you, bro?
Yeah.
He's like,
smoking on the Rio.
They're right behind me, buddy.
Yeah.
CBA at the Worlds, whenever it was, I think the end of the year one where they gave all the top 10 awards and all that. I got a 5th place pork. That blew my brain right there. I just started CBA, so that felt good. I stuck into y'all party. I don't think I was allowed in there, but I wasn't there.
Did you have your wristband?
Nah, I didn't.
Skip Polk almost got kicked out, and you snuck in.
He found it.
Carl Davis said, "Man, just come on in with me, dude." So I just walked in with him.
Busting in.
No rules.
So Jokers and Smokers, is that all your team, McKay? Is that all your team, Jokers and Smokers? Or you cook for a couple of teams?
No, man. So this started, it's kind of crazy story. I've been cooking at G-Walk like 14. Oh, shit.
No big deal.
Thanks, Shane.
No big deal, dude.
I gotta get another drink.
Shane got that bonus in.
Shane, I need a loan, Shane. Come on now.
Appreciate that, big guy.
Shane would be my new sponsor, but he's from New York, so fuck that guy.
Hey, so who's all on your team? You get another $50 out of him.
Who's all on your team? Who all cooked together this weekend?
So man, I was allowed, I've been cooking on my own for a long time, and man, I ran across a good group of people, man. So I was competing against them a few times, and Maddie Lopez Trails, one of them, and her husband Russell, they live like 2 miles from me. You know what I'm saying? So I whipped their ass at a couple cook-offs, and then And they were like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you should meet my buddy Joe. And ironically, I've known Joe for a long time. He just don't remember me, but I competed against him years ago against Joe Smuggers. So it kind of became like a weird little thing, you know, like, well, shit, I'll join y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be cool to have actually help because I usually see my truck, you know, and I fucking just go cook. I don't give a fuck. I try to beat everybody that's big. And he's like, man, you're pretty good. So we kind of clicked together and it worked out, man. So yeah, Joe Lamone, he's been running that team since 2006. And I've been doing G-Walk 2010. So we just collected together, man. He got a lot of, his mindset's a lot better off than mine. Like he's smooth with his actions. He knows how to control money and do stuff like that. I suck with money, you know. So he kind of puts me on a trail where, like, hey, he trusts me. He knows I can cook my ass off, and he puts his confidence in me, and he's allowed me to be the head cook for them, you know, after he's been doing it so long. And so I like it, dude. I love it. I got 5 great friends, man. We got Joe Lamone. We got Matty Trail. Dude, we got, God damn it. Here we go. Brain fart.
Great friends. I just can't remember his name.
We're gonna take a segment break.
Marco.
Yeah,
Marco.
Man, he's going to get the team list together. Just go over them one more time. We'll come
John
back in a minute.
Mendoza. We got John Mendoza, Marco, man, but our whole squad is legit. Then we got all our helpers. The dudes, the family just shows up like a squad, dude. Like we're like a damn. We literally are like a little cartel of a group, dude. We have fun, we have party, but we got friends that show up like Carlos and a bunch of other ones that just come and just will help clean up, do this, do that, man. And we, dude, when we're together, it works out a lot better than me being by myself. So.
Man, I tell you what.
Yeah, I'm still G-Wall, but
a lot of names there. A lot of names there. If you just put a head count on it, what do you think?
Yeah, man.
No,
27.
That is more than our teams that just come in weekend contest.
I mean, it's Mexicans. There's like 20 of them. You know, there's a bunch of them.
All came in the same car. Same car.
Non-monetized again.
The squad stood up this weekend, and we fucking put it together, man, and we made it work, and everyone put their hand in the business. If you know VLC and you know me, Phil, I don't ever sit down. So from Friday till after awards, like I haven't sat down. You know, I stare at barrels too long, and I'm too crazy about barbecue that I don't want to make a mistake. So I'm a weird guy, man. Everyone's over there drinking beer, sitting in chairs, and I'm over there at the porch, you know, still looking at thermometers and just like a dumbass, dude. Just
I can tell you're a pretty low key guy, so yeah.
It's kind of laid back, napping.
Laid back, you know, where's he at? Is he okay? I get it.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I'm a psychopath, bro. I'm a psychopath.
Hey, man, as long as you keep winning, you can do
my doctor says I'm a sociopath, so I keep getting mixed up.
Oh, I love it, man.
You gotta trust the VA, man. They'll tell you the truth. I promise.
Oh, that's too damn funny.
Man, I called you on Monday. Hey, it's like Monday, 3:00. Hey, bro, you want to come on the show? Fuck, man, I just woke up and I've been partying all weekend.
Hey, we burned through a lot of Modelo, man. There's a lot of Modelo, bro. I think we're sponsored by. I don't know if Joe. I don't know. Maybe Joe is. I don't know. But we always have a shit ton of Modelo when we're all together. So I don't know what happens. But
I think
Modelo will make you wake up late on a Monday.
I'm a weird.
I don't
think Wes probably never had a Modelo in his life, so I don't know.
I don't know if you remember anything about the cook, but if you do, man, did you feel like you had a good cook, or just, you know, like, let's go see what happens? Or
bro,
walk us through what you remember of the bits and pieces of what you remember.
All right. Well, I woke up. Well, I went to sleep when the sun came up. So Saturday morning. So I woke up at 9. I knew that we had a late start on brisket, so we could turn it in an hour and a half later because of the time gap. You know, they added that 30 minutes.
You could party longer Friday.
So yeah. So I sat in the backyard and I rewatched a couple classes on Barbecue Champs, just like I do, like a psychopath, sociopath. And I rewatched Bills and Roberts and LC. Yeah, those people I was trying to get notes from that I've collected data from and write down.
Hit me up, G-Walt. I can hook you up, bro.
And I heard, but
That
it's
hasn't been
$500. I'm broke,
consolidated
bro.
in one spot with a
I can't
discount.
afford your cost of $500 per note, dude. That's
I'll cut you
horrible.
down, man. I cut you down.
You're like Ticketmaster, dude. You're just jacking it up, dude. I don't. Hey, Kid Rock is all about getting against you, motherfucker. Kid Rock just banned you in your actions today. Reselling tickets, brother.
Hey, I'm coming back to take. Let me know your schedule. Fuck, I'm coming. I gotta hang out with this guy. Holy shit!
I got a pond in my backyard, Wes. We can go fishing, buddy. Let's go.
Dude, this is awesome.
So, what were we were talking about something that was cool. Yeah.
You were going over your cook.
Yeah,
we hadn't got there yet.
I woke up at I went to bed at 5 a.m. I woke up at 7. I headed back.
Thanks, Todd.
I headed back.
Take a drink.
But I headed back to the Airbnb. Headed back to Airbnb to the campsite around fucking 7:38. Fired up one pit. 30 minutes later, fire up another. 30 minutes later, fire up another. Put my brisket on once I liked it, the heat, and then threw the pork on, threw the ribs on, and let it roll, dude. And at 10:30, I fired up a grill for the chicken, and chicken took about 48 minutes, and we could.
So anyway, I'm gonna fast forward through some of this, and then you boxed everything and turned it in. At that point, were you like, "Fuck yeah, we nailed this thing"? Or
dude, everything I turned in, I felt golden about everything. Like, to be very honest, dude, every cook kind of says it like every week. Man, I swear, dude. But I feel like this one, dude, like the chicken. I cried over how pretty the chicken was. I cried a lot. So I cried over like. Joe boxed the ribs up, man. He put them in the box. I looked at him. I was like, I started crying again. I felt it, bro. I just felt it, dude.
He's fucking dehydrated.
God damn, the medallions.
Is this your first time to cry after boxing or no?
Yeah, after boxing. That's how I think you're getting a GC. You're like, man, I cried after boxing these damn things. Like I'm about to win this shit. I never cried after boxing.
I'm fucking crying right now listening to him.
Oh man.
Of
course, Phil caught me crying like 19 times. He kept fighting with his camera. Like, there's you all crying again. Get him. God damn it.
Oh, that's too much. so, man, you knew it was coming. I mean, even before
point being, I knew, I knew.
You knew.
Yeah, I knew.
But in general, I mean, do you usually feel confident after turn-ins in general? Do you most competitions?
Nah, because I hang out with y'all too much, and I just go back to my tent, about 10 by 10 without a trailer, and I stare at my truck, and I go, I'm not even going to sleep good tonight. My shit's going to stuck. I don't have no help. I'm a drunk. Like, you start doubting yourself, But then, sometimes you gotta
Which meat did you feel the best about at Alvin?
The brisket.
Which one?
The fucking brisket. Yeah. And you got 41st.
41st. But that was your favorite out of all of them.
Yeah, to be honest, yes, sir. And obviously, like I put some love in that. Like a brisket, you put the most love into it. Like ribs, you do. Like I cook so many ribs at home and chicken at home, and like, man, that stuff, like, it's like, all right, it's good, but we'll see what the judges think, But like brisket, you gotta baby that damn thing, Like you can't, especially like if you're cooking a Wagyu or a prime, like you gotta know like your ranges, and so like a brisket, you're obviously you gotta pull it at the right temp when you like your bark, and then you gotta wrap it. You gotta make sure your fucking wrap is good, like obviously I'm using that Bill Purvis wrap.
Oh yeah,
and that it just, you gotta make sure it tastes good. Like everything to it. Ribs is easy, bro. Ribs. I've been killing ribs.
What are you cooking brisket wise? Do you go back and forth? You said a Wagyu or a prime, but what do you normally cook?
I don't mind either, really. it just changes the way how fast and the way you cook it. I don't mind either. I think I feel comfortable with doing both of those. I love the chopping block. Like I love the Rosewoods, but I also love snake rivers. And I don't mind like HEB Prime. Like to me, if you like the way it looks, the grains are like it's fat. I mean, if you got a nice thick brisket, you can inject it, and it don't matter what it is. If you let your recipe flow, and you know how to like cut it and not let it oxidize, and put your slices down, like and hurry up and jus them. I mean, it's gonna taste good, dude. All you're doing is pleasing dumbass people sitting at a table that are drunk and want to eat some brisket. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They didn't want to eat a good brisket, and if you give them something that resembles a good brisket, you got a good chance.
Hell yeah! It was so good we kicked Bill out of here with his raggedy ass. What was that, 20th place brisket?
I think he got. Yeah, he definitely beat me on that one.
I got to mess with him because he's in the backstage. See if I can get him back in here. No, man, you had a hell of a cook. I learned about it on the way home, and dude, that's freaking awesome. So,
good, brother.
Now you just got to keep doing it. We can keep you on here. Shit, this is fun.
Man, I've been walking it like for like the last 8 weeks. It's like, geez Louise, like some got to change. You know what I'm saying?
So as they were going through the top 10, you didn't have a brisket walk, right? So you had 3 walks. So there was.
Dude, I was so
it
scared.
wasn't an absolute walk, but I mean, in your mind, I know it was. But were you like, man? But I want to hear it, right? Or where were you?
I mean, I was scared shitless because I know my luck. So I know, like, man, my brisket's probably like 178. Like, and then I'm gonna end up 11th overall, like not top 10 again because of one meat failure, and I just this time I felt really confident, and then seeing you get first brisket at the end, knowing you already had a top 5 other category, I'm like,
got up.
I was like, LC's about to fuck me over, dude.
You thought he passed you in turn 4, right?
Even if he did fuck me over, I still do karaoke from that night. But he had a tooth issue. I had no voice. We probably would have tied. We probably would have tied the competition. We would have tied karaoke that night. He had no tooth. I had no voice. It might have worked out.
Oh man, the tooth is man. I just had to take some pain medicine. The tooth.
You got enough money. You get a fake one. You be all right.
Yeah, I mean, like 9 left.
I'll tell you, G-Walt, you had Fred. Fred had 2 calls, and Eddie had 2 calls, and they hadn't been called. And
Eddie had 2 top 5 calls, right?
Yeah.
So man, but I don't know what it was of. There's a reel that someone posted that I shared as well. But I think when we got the 9th port call, my brain was like, all right, dude. I told Joe and all of them, I was like, man, if we get it, like, yeah, we got 6 chicken, fifth ribs. But I was like, if we get a top 10 pork, bro, I think we got this. And Joe's looking at me like, shut the fuck up, dude. Don't even just shut up. Like, he don't talk much. Joe's quiet. But he looked at me like, my God, don't fuck
He looked at you like, don't fuck this up. You're about to fuck this up.
Yeah. So I ran away to the side of the stage. I was all by myself over there, smoking another 19 cigarette of mine. And speaking of, I need a fucking cigarette. Anyway, so I'm standing with a cigarette, and our song plays again, bro. And I'm like, I run over there doing my Mexican. Like, I'm white, I try to do the Mexican dance I can, but I Mexican dance.
You're white.
Bro. I'm Indian. Better not die.
I'm Indian.
He said I'm Indian. I can serve you with that. I got
Indian heritage, bro. Creek Indian, Florida, Pensacola is where our campsite's at. I'm invited. I ain't been there.
Where our campsite's at.
A reservation.
We go back there every fall, man. We go back there.
We call the campsite, Wes. All right.
Did you get a monthly check? Is all I'm asking.
Do what?
I said, do you get a monthly check?
I did until Obama paid us off. Like, he gave us a big check. And we don't pay anymore.
He said he paid the loan full.
Fucking Elon cut that shit out, man.
No, I'm not kidding. I was getting.
You're listening. He wants his 14 acres back. Please.
I was getting monthly checks for like years, and then we got a letter in the mail. Hey, Obama's doing a deal, and they just paid us all off, dude, like a lump sum, and I don't get it no more.
He said he paid us all.
Right now.
I'm still allowed at the campsite in Pensacola.
He's still having hunts with a stick. He's good. He's good.
Hey, if life works, Wes, you let it work, all right?
Hell yeah, man.
With a stick or whatever you got.
If they want to give me free camping rides, I'm gonna take advantage of that.
Hey, we need to get a CBA event over there, bro.
Do they have a lake or a pond or somewhere with fish in it?
I just don't trust the judging because they're all alcoholics. You know, they don't know.
That brisket tastes like shit.
That's not racist. I'm actually Indian, so I can say that. By the way, so
We didn't take it as that, man. I promise.
I was making sure. I don't want y'all get y'all in trouble.
We lost the monetization on this show 4 minutes.
No.
We're
Yeah,
going.
we've lost.
Man,
We've definitely.
they emailed 4 minutes before we came on the air, just so y'all know before y'all go live. You're not
Man, I had,
We
I
got
had to
high on this show.
I had to send him the link 3 times because the link got banned from him. You know, they knew. You know, I said,
Yeah,
hey, man,
the
that link got banned, bro. Can you send me another link? Hey, bro, that one got banned too. Can you send me another link? You know,
The first one said, "Hey, you're not allowed this one."
And he's on his 6th burner account just to get on the show.
We don't know if we're going to make an hour.
We'll make 4 hours, dude. What are you talking about?
Oh, I have no doubt you can energize a bunny the shit out of this show.
What a ride.
I'm willing and able, dude. I'm willing and able.
This is playing out exactly
do we
how I
have
thought.
any questions, Wes, from the crowd?
We have a lot of statements.
That's all we have is questions.
We don't have a ton of questions. The only thing that someone did ask earlier back, Bill, wanting to know what type of brisket you cook. That's really my only one.
Yeah, I've been cooking Rosewoods and Snake Rivers, both of those. You know, back and forth. So.
What do you prefer?
Man, I've had the best calls on the Rosewood, but man, I kind of like the flavor of the snake myself. But man, the Rosewood has been hitting. So
Where do you get the
you
rosewood?
cooked those Rosewoods, haven't you, G? What did you cook this weekend?
Yeah, Rosewood, dude. Chopping block. Come on, Wes. Keep up, brother.
I don't know about it, man.
We're gonna have to get Fred to host this damn thing now.
Oh, and he starts.
Yeah, hey,
already.
the Rosewoods, man, they come out.
Fuck Fred.
Fred, fuck. I love Fred. I mean, I didn't say that. You did.
He said I didn't say that. You did.
Fred knows how, Bill.
You trying to get me, Wes? You trying to get me?
He's a law
No,
watcher, man. He knows
hey,
the button.
hey,
He knows what they say.
The Rosewoods are phenomenal, dude. Like, you just gotta cook them right, you know. Like those, I mean, you like. Pro tip on those: if you're gonna get it to your right temp or you like it pro temper, make sure you don't just vent it for just 10 minutes and throw it in the damn camera because that thing will keep cooking. It'll break down and then you end up shredding your stuff. So just pay attention to your temp before you put it in the box. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's actually pretty good. Never cook one, never have one around. So you're saying when you vent it, watch it. Don't just throw it in the camera and let it roll. That one will run away from you.
Yeah. Those will get over tender if you like me. I like 214, 216 sometimes on those. And if you know, I let it drop back down about I let it drop back down about 185, and I throw it in the camera. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, everybody
I don't know why. I hear Carmen back there laughing her ass off.
I think she actually has a mic. Did you give her a mic, Phil?
This is Shiggin Fried. I'm trying to give y'all some good info right here.
Yeah, no, that's golden, man. Keep it up.
Man, hang on. We got to circle back real quick, G-Walt. We got to circle back real quick.
Love you.
Carmen helped me with my chef's choice, and man, we did end up getting second place. And I think it was all Carmen came in and made some fresh whipped cream and did the topping, and she handled all the boxing of my chef's choice. So it was kind of a joint.
I think Phil whipped that cream up in the hospital. I don't know.
Hey, G-Walk, James is saying we got to get some video of you dancing. If anybody's got it, send it to me in my messenger.
Oh God, please don't show that.
We're going to see just how Indian you are, buddy.
Do not show that. I was dancing after I hung out with the two Tejano bands after, dude. I couldn't walk the next day, put it that way. I don't know how to dance. Dude.
Couldn't walk the next day.
I tried to do all the Mexican dances, bro. I was doing like all the cucaracha stuff, but I can't walk still right now.
Do you speak Spanish, G-Wald, at all? Do you speak Spanish at all or no?
Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
Hey, más que aprendí aquí hablar. So I understand a lot more than I speak, you know what I'm saying?
Man, Carmen said you don't speak shit.
Oh, God damn it.
Buddy.
I try. I know a lot of songs.
I know a lot of songs.
He owns a guitar.
Yeah, I play guitar. I don't know. I can't play no Mexican music, but I play guitar. I know that one. That's about it.
That's too much.
Yeah, Rosewood, dude. Rosewood run, but this weekend I did not run a Rosewood. We got ours this weekend from Carniceria Prime, which is they have like 15 meat shops, dude, around Texas. They have nothing but Wagyu. Yeah, they have nothing but Wagyu, and man, their chicken is phenomenal. Their wing, they sell wings and thighs like that. They already have pre-cut stuff, you know, and their inside skirt steak, dude, all that. It's phenomenal meat. That's if you want inside skirt steak, stuff like that. It's more of traditional Mexican style cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like thighs, legs, wings, inside skirt. They got thin sliced, dude, Wagyu skirt steaks, dude, that are phenomenal too. And they just got a bunch of stuff.
What kind of briskets do they carry? What kind of briskets do they carry? Do you know?
So they have number primes and Wagyus.
Okay.
So this weekend they gave us I've never cooked one of theirs, and Joe got it for us. And he's like, man, let's see how this runs. And I mean, it was gorgeous. You know, it's their own meat market, so they grow their own cattle and all that. They have their own stuff. And I didn't see the brisket beforehand. Joe brought it, and I trust him. He's been in this forever. So I pulled the brisket out when I went to trim it. I trimmed it Friday started at like 9 p.m. And right after I injected and everything. But once I trimmed it down, man, it was gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? It was a gorgeous piece of meat. So shout out to them. They got some good meat too. It's a newer.
Did you do burn ends did you do burn ends or no?
Nah, we put 10 slices in.
10 slices in, yeah.
What'd y'all cook for chicken?
Half.
Just a half?
Yeah, just a half, brother.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, and it came out. I mean, I want to tell you something crazy too. This weekend, I didn't inject my chicken this weekend.
No injection.
I just brined it for. I usually brine for 10 hours, you know. So this time I brined for like 13 hours because I got there a little later than usual, and so I didn't get to pull it out of the brine, so it was a little longer. So I could tell when I pulled it out of the brine that when I folded, I learned from Eddie, how to keep that long extra skin. So I wrapped that under the breast, and that helped me a lot. That brisket trim from Eddie, shout out to Eddie. I didn't trim like that beforehand. I sacrificed, I never sacrificed that far over, and I used to use pins, and then my skin would rip. So, this time, the last 4 chicken cooks I've done it where I sacrificed a lot of skin and I pulled it under the breast. So that much brine, man, it plumped up a little bit, and obviously, what brine I use because y'all are both combined in it. And, man, I felt like it brined enough the way I felt the breast, and I was kind of pushing on it. I was like, man, you can tell the skin kind of thinned out too, from the salt breaking it down. And I was like, man, I'm not going to inject this. I didn't want to put no holes in it. And also, I knew that area is kind of old school, man. I had a few old school people that have been there forever, and they told me, man, they want a little char flavor. They want a little, like, an old school backyard flavor. They don't want something that's going to surprise them, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't inject my chicken this weekend and got sick, so. I
injected the fuck out of mine. I got 5th. Whatever.
Well, that's how you know.
Crazy. KP got in there on a brisket call too. Speaking
Pack
of
my
backyard,
bags. Pack my bag.
Brisket.
Whatever.
I think he was 7th or 8th in brisket. I think KP was. Yeah.
James has asked me. So I don't. Dude, really, there's no. I'm kind of like Carl Davis, man. I don't probe my brisket. I mean, my chicken at all. So I run it. I try to run it at 275, 300. It usually takes me about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the size of the half bird. But I don't probe it at all. I don't want to lose no juice. I trim my brisket. I mean, my chicken so good where my breast is intact. I don't break the skin at all. The little sack around it. I keep everything intact. So I don't want to be probing at it and all the juice running out. You know,
I broke the fuck out of mine. I just carved the shit out of it like a wild man.
I wait. Like Carl Davis said, I wait till the wing sets back down on the titty, and I feel like.
Oh, this is great.
Once that wing gets lazy and goes back down, like, all right, this is long enough, you know. Then it's been long enough.
Wing cooking it, huh? It's all about the wing.
Yeah, I might probe like at the very end, but I go like underneath the thigh where I don't break the skin. So I try to go through the thigh on the bottom because I know the thigh's not going to run.
Sneak attack, backdoor, dark
That's a
side.
double clutch move.
I run that thermometer about 6 inches from the behind, you know, like just I ram it in there, you know. As close to the breast as I can get.
Hey, we just got a notification we're non-monetized for next week too.
Yeah.
Hey, put me on a layaway program. I'll pay you every week a little bit at a time to make up for it.
I think they're going to actually have to come out with a statement on the whole program about this.
I said probe, dude. The word probe. It has to be legal. Elon Musk in his dictionary says you can use probe other than the word penis. And you won't get in trouble.
Do you probe any of your other meats? You don't use any kind of electronics on chicken, but brisket and ribs.
I don't. Man, like really? No, I don't probe my ribs at all. I mean, you do ribs so long that that's just a technique you have. You know, I don't stick nothing in my ribs at all. Pork, dude, it's all texture. Like pork, I've gotten down. I just started pork, 11 contests to go through CBA. I've never done pork in my life. The first box I did with pork, I had 2 people tell me what to do, and I think they lied to me. I'm not gonna say anything to them, but
216.
Pork fucked me the first 2 CBA contests because someone told me certain ways to do stuff. So I had to ask other people like LC and Robert Smith. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, never mind. I'm not doing it anymore." You know?
Okay, for shits and giggles, can you just give us a little synopsis of what they told you not to do?
They said like to cut it into slices and cook it like steaks.
Oh.
And then put the layers of steaks in the box. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! They gave you good advice. Keep doing that.
Yeah, take the money muscle. You take the money muscle and you cut it while it's raw in the slices, and you just cook it like steaks, dude. And you put it in there like a kid's cube.
Fuck Fred.
Were they good at Kids Q? The person that told you this, were they pretty good at Kids Q or no?
Yeah, she was 13 years old. I shouldn't listen to her at all. But she won the last 2 Kids Q at the
in burgers. She won in burgers.
Man,
it don't matter. A winner.
I've never done pork. This girl's done pork like 18 weeks in a row. Dude,
so you're shigging off the Kids Q kids? Is he shigging the Kids Q?
I didn't know nothing all the time. Hey, man, I'm over in the corner by myself, gonna try and get as much information as I can.
Man, all these adults are pretty tight-lipped. Let's go see what these kids are doing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they learn from their parents, so maybe their parents. I always pick the kids. Like the first person I shigged off of was Robert Smith's daughter. Like, hey man, how you doing?
Not around your kids trying to holler at him. He's trying to get recipes. Leave him be. He's safe.
Dakota, man, she taught me some shit though. She's good though. She's good.
We're gonna have to run a background check on him. Just
Man,
to
that's some
make
next
sure.
level Shiggin. Man,
Just to make sure.
man, where you headed?
Hey,
Kids
hey,
Q's
the
about to
kids will
start.
tell you the truth, bro. They learn. Hey, Reed told me a few of your secrets, but I paid him $50. So.
Man, he's normally pretty tight-lipped. He'll take that money though. He can be bought.
He probably
Appreciate it,
lied to
John.
me. He probably lied to me.
Hey, John, thank you again, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, on the drink was I got a twisted tea for it. We're going down some of these.
Hell yeah. Now you may have said it earlier that you just started doing CBA. Is that correct? Where were you at before? Were you doing a lot of cooking in?
Whoa,
So,
let him get a cigarette in, Wes. Shit, don't pump him so
God
hard.
damn, Wes.
Yeah. I thought we just had one. Shit, let the lungs relax.
Nah, we all gonna die one day, Wes. I'm gonna die the way I want.
Hey, brother, I can appreciate that. I think
I'm
he's
like
taking
old-
that right
I'm like
lung
old
to
Western.
216. You are.
Hey, so what was the question, Wes?
Said you had said earlier you had gotten into CBA. Where did you start cooking? What organizations you start cooking in to start?
So I started getting my ass whooped in IBCA back in like 2010. I was like fresh out of the army, and I was like 24 years old, and my nickname in the army was G-Walt, so I was like, I'm gonna start G-Walt barbecue. You know what I'm saying? I started watching Pitmasters on TV, and I was like, man, I can beat all these weird people. Like these people suck. You know? I saw an old ass guy, like an old ass dude cooking, and my brother like, yeah, man.
And G-Wall pulls up to the cook-off in a van.
These comments are absolutely just hammering tonight, are they not?
He pulls up in a white creeper van, to a cook-off.
Ice cream?
Ice cream for kids Q-tips.
Come on, girl. Tell you off for G-Walt. What you putting on them ribs? Here's
Oh man. Hey, I put some sprinkles on them.
And how many IBCA GCs do you have, G-Walt?
So I have two of those.
Two of those, yeah.
My first one was 2012. I think my other one was 2014.
Okay.
And then at that moment, man, we opened up our restaurant. So me and my wife, we started our restaurant, G-Wall's Backyard Barbecue in Rosenberg. I didn't compete for like 2 years, dude. After I hung out and get my ass whooped, like I said, by David Prater and Johnny Dunn and Alan Freeman and all them. Justin Margest, you know what I'm saying? I want to fight him every cook-off. We're too much the same, so we would always butt heads. And but still fuck that guy. Anyway, but yeah, after that, man, I had a hiatus, dude, like 7 years, dude. So I didn't cook from 2015 to like 2022. Like competition wise, I still have my catering business. I cater all the time under G-Walt's. So I've been catering forever.
You took a 7-year break.
Yeah, like on cook-offs, yeah. But I've been working and raising kids.
Because I feel like you only been cooking a year or two, but it was because of the 7-year break.
Yeah. Like I have 3 kids, so my kids are 17, 14, 13. They all play sports. I coach my daughter's soccer team. Like I do, I coach Boys and Girls Club. My oldest son, he's like a star basketball player, so he's been breaking records at the school the last couple of years, and so that's been like that's the battle of the bulge of that age group when they're like from 9 to 13, 14, where you got to be a part of their lives a lot more than it is when they're old enough to realize, hey, dad wants to go live his dream too, and still fucking go do stuff that he likes to do, So my kids love them. Every time I come home, my kids are always like, "What'd you do, Dad? How'd you do, Dad?" You know what I'm saying? They want to see like the hardware. That's all they care about. What'd you get? I want to see it.
Come on,
So
they
now,
go. Did you make any money? Did you make any money?
They also do that too. They also
do that too.
But so you got money to afford my new shoes tomorrow, right? What? I put them in the Amazon cart already. All I gotta do is just hit the pay button, Dad.
Buy now.
They're already in the cart.
Yeah, buy now. Yeah, man. So I kicked it back up. I think my first CBA was it was in Angleton. It was a new one. It was I think some mayor ran it. I can't remember the damn name of it. D's gives back something. JD's gives back Sizzle in the Park, I think is what it was.
JD's what?
JD's Sizzle in the Park in Angleton. It was my first TBA. I think it was back in like last year in like maybe April, May, June. And I went there, and that's when I realized I had to cook pork. I didn't know this, you know. So like
So you got to the contest, you didn't know it, so you had to go buy some pork.
Yeah, 2 days before, I was like, all right, so ribs are pork, you know, like what the fuck is this? Like, what is going on? That's pork.
Why are we double dipping on this pork?
So now we're double up on pork, and that's when I shoot off the kid. I mean, not the kids, but the professional young cookers about the pork.
Officer, this is a young professional, not a child.
Slice it up and grill it, huh? That's when you
They
want
more than me in pork at the time, so that I can say that. So yeah, my pork was off, dude, for like the last. I mean, right now I'm number 6 in pork right now in CBA, you know. But before, dude, the first 4 cook off, dude. Before I shigged a little and like started watching videos and kind of go looking at like Renee Sanchez, man, double S smokers, dude. That's my homeboy. They live like 5 minutes down the road. Renee does. And I see his boxes, how he did pork, and I was like, man, that's another one I was doing, you know? And that's gorgeous. My shit is like junk. Like, I had star-shaped medallions, dude. The other row was like shaped like
How'd you get an asterisk in here? Where did that come from?
I think the signing was last.
Like Waffle Fry.
So on your 7-year break, what was the biggest shocker when you came back that had changed? Or was it anything? Was it like, my God, this is totally different?
I mean, to be honest, man, when I first, like, I hopped back on the old recipes. Like, when I first got back in, I was using the recipes that, man, I used back in the day. Like, I was like, I'm going to jump back in. Like, to this day, I'm going to be honest with you, on my rib, I still wrap my ribs with Johnny Trigg recipe. Like,
I was about to joke and say that. I swear to God, you doing it with Johnny Trigg? He got tiger sauce.
If you look at my team, Joe Lamone, all in there watching right now, they know every cook-off, dude. I wrap it with butter, tiger sauce, honey, and the rub I used originally. I mean, I've been doing it, and I don't know why I would change it. You know, like I've been hitting ribs like at I think in Mercedes smoking the Rio. I got 3rd place ribs, and it tied with 1st place. I ended up 3rd place, but I had the same score as 1st place. You know what I'm saying? It's a 3-way tie at the top. Sweet. And that's the same wrap, dude. I've been using it every fucking weekend. Like that, I don't play around my ribs, dude. I'm a rib king, dude. I feel like my ribs are always
but I no bullshit tonight.
Yeah. I don't care what no one says, dude. And like, I feel like my ribs every week have a chance to fucking bang every week, dude.
I'm Rib King. He called his shot and put his stuff on the table, did he not?
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
I didn't mean like in the world. I meant in my house.
No, don't
like in my house. I meant like at our campsite in Florida.
Yeah. Hey, those guys love my ribs.
We're
they're usually pretty drunk. So.
I'm Rib King.
Everybody wants to know if Carmen's okay. You know, everybody's checking on Carmen.
I'm fucking having a great time.
Yeah.
Hey, me too, Carmen. Thank you. I love you too.
If you could hear Carmen from the couch,
hey, I need another $1.99 Caesar donation, man. Where's this guy at, man? What the hell is going on?
Bro, he don't come on.
Yeah.
That's his high mark. That's a high water mark.
Yeah, he better do a $4.99 tonight, or I'm gonna be writing him.
It's never happened in the history of the show.
He's never given a $4.99.
Hey, I feel like tonight he's gonna do it.
Michael can't do with $4.99.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh yeah. He had a good showing at Alvin. Michael did.
He killed it, bro.
Yeah, no, he had a good showing.
I think he ended up 7th. Bill.
Fucking Rib Roof called his shot.
All right.
That's so
Bill,
good.
Bill, you were 8th. I think Robertson was 7th overall.
What's that?
Michael, I think Robertson was 7th overall. I think.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, third coach. Appreciate it.
Oh,
Let's go.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
I told you.
Never happened.
God damn.
You know what? We got to give it to him.
Hey.
You know?
Oh,
I called the
fuck.
shot. I called the shot.
Hey, he's wanting some Shiggin information. He's wanting a rib class. Got to give him some nuggets, G-Walk, on that rib, you know.
All right, dude. I'll tell you the 4 rubs I use, and I'll tell you right now, and everyone better write it down, all right?
All right.
I'll be right back, right? No, I'm gonna tell you, Elk Creek Barbecue. Don't sleep with them guys, all right? Cam Day out in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He got some good shit. Obviously, sweet grind, little mixture with chicken fried grind. I put in a little blender, break it down a little bit, all right? Then I take some LC honey hole, all right? And I put them in together, and I put it in one container. I don't do the layers like you weirdos do, all right? I put it in one shaker, and I shake the shit out of it, and I put it on top.
Hell yeah.
There it is. There it is. There's the winning rib right there from the Rib King himself, G-Walk.
What is up with these $4.99 damn
Hey,
donation?
stop falling for the layers, all right? You don't
Shake the shit out of it. Put it in a container and shake the shit out of
You
it.
put all 4 in
Appreciate
it.
that.
You just
Thanks,
shake the
Wes.
shit out of it.
Shake the shit out of it.
What I don't understand, I always trip out on the layer. Like I do it too. I mean, I've been doing it, but I do it because I'm scared to not do it because y'all do it. So
Hey, they are asking. We
this
do
weekend
have
I
a
just
question,
went.
G-Walt. Which Elk Creek is it?
So I like to I do a quarter like so on the. All right, my bottle is full. You got as LC would say. I don't know how he words it again. How do you word your quarters again?
Man, it's a quarter. Everything's in quarters. How many
No,
quarter
no.
cups is it?
Nah,
Quarter,
you say some
quarter.
other weird- You told me some other weird shit. You always say
50,
some other weird
50.
Man, I don't doubt it.
50. Anyway, so yeah, there's 100%, but 50%, 50%, 50%, 50%.
Yes. That math.
But the one of the 50% is you take the
One
Elk
part,
Creek,
two part.
you take the honey knuckle Elk Creek. So Elk Creek, honey knuckle,
Hog knuckle,
but
right?
Hog knuckle. Hog knuckle.
hog knuckle, but it's honey chipotle.
He makes it
one.
honey knuckle. What he does with
No,
some other.
what it's called it's honey knuckle because it's honey chipotle hog knuckle. All right.
Gotcha.
So it's a different version of hog knuckle. The newer one he did is called honey chipotle hog knuckle. Take a quarter of that, I mean a 50% of that, and a 50% of the regular Elk Creek hog knuckle, and you blend that up, dude. And there you go.
Did you get this from a kids' queue? Is that where you got this?
No comment. No comment. I feel like I'm gonna get more trouble by answering this question. But.
Just in the kids' queue, they might throw it all into one shaker so they can just do one pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. That's the
Oh.
goal. Hey, the faster you can get the faster the process is over with, the more you can move on to other shit. You know?
Hey, G-Walt, before we leave here, answer an honest question for me. How close can you get to a school? Can you still get within 400 feet?
I live like 45 minutes from the closest school there is. So.
I'm going to go searching and see if it's on the web.
That's because I live in the middle of nowhere. My kids have to go to school far away. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. Hey, Trick love the kids. All right, Trick love the kids.
I love it, man. This has been awesome.
G-Walt is unfiltered all the time. He is unfiltered.
I'm not much being a fan of being a fake person, you know what I'm saying? So I try to, man, I'm me nonstop. And, I put in the hard work, dedication, dude. I picked the right friends, the right teammates, the right people, and I just want to succeed, dude. You know, but I'm not gonna change, dude. I'm crazy. I'm wild. I'm a very emotional person, but I love everyone in my barbecue community, all my homeboys. Phil, dude, he's always there for me. Bill, you always answer my texts and calls. Wes, I don't know who you are at all, but one day maybe
I don't know who you are at all. Man, I've enjoyed talking to you tonight. Thanks,
Thomas.
Dude, that's awesome.
I still love you, Wes. I'm a loving guy. I jam reggae all day. I smoke a little herb. You know, I
think you smoke a lot of herb. There's not a little bit in there.
I mean, I'm not like Bob Marley or nothing, but I dabble.
I'm trying.
You haven't smoked that little in at least 7 years.
You gotta stay sane, Wes. That's what's wrong with you. If you smoke a little bit, you'd be cool as hell.
Hey, G-Walk, didn't you bring some back one time with chopping block to the checkpoints or whatever?
Hey, hold on.
Whoa.
Nobody's watching.
Only John Tierney can tell that story. I'm not allowed to tell the story.
Okay.
I wasn't driving, so I'm not allowed to bring nothing up.
This sounds like a hell of a story.
But let's just say
We'll save it. We'll save it for backstage. We'll save that story for backstage.
Oh hell yeah! I'm ready to rock and roll.
That's a backstage story, you know. So
but yeah, it's a fun story. That story is a unique one.
Yeah, man, you can tell Wes backstage, man. We're almost an hour. We're almost an hour and 20 minutes in. So
and it feels like we've been here no time.
I'm telling you.
All right,
yeah.
dude. I feel like, dude, we got another hour and a half to go. What's going on?
I don't know where you guys been hiding this guy, man. What the fuck?
Hey,
That's fucking mind blown.
I've
been trying to be on TV for like my whole life, dude. If you knew the life I live, bro, I can go on for like.
I figured you wanted to stay off of social media. You know.
Now I'm also a stand-up comedian. So like, this is what the fuck I do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is what the fuck I do.
This is what I do, bro. I entertain folks, man, until I annoy the shit out of them. They say I don't like that guy no more.
Oh my God, that's too good.
Like the opposite of what you do, Wes.
I know it. You played that card a little too long, man. So you gotta.
I love you, bro. Dude, I do love you though. You are a great producer, though. You're spot on with a lot of shit.
Now he's got. I feel I love you at the same time.
All right, let's circle back. I do love you, Wes. I love how pale you are. Like how I know you're not from Texas at all. And I just like that you're part of Texas, but you're not fucking even involved with Texas at all. And like,
I'm Anglo.
It's cool. Like Texas let you in, bro. Like you should be very.
I'll tell you something.
You should be very proud, Wes, that you're even on this show. Like you're blessed. You're a blessed guy, dude.
I'm
blessed too. We're both on it together, me and you, bro. And we're lucky.
Damn good thing we're not having G-Walk back. No more GCs for this summer. Guarantee you. That was one shot. You better take.
I think G-Walk's just getting started. I think he's just getting started. Where are you cooking at next, G-Walk?
So to tell you the truth, man. Oh my damn dog! I got a big ass German Shepherd fucking with me. All right. So man, I feel broken hearted because I did tell Matias Serrato that I'd be out in Beeville this weekend. I didn't pay, you know, I told him I might, like, I didn't set it, like, he saved me a spot, put it that way. But man, I honestly, I want to cook local. So this weekend, dude, I'm going to be right here in Neville, man. There's an invitational only, it's called The Barn. And it's all local cooks. So it's all like homeboy, like 360 barbecue is going to be there. 8-ball cookers. A bunch of other,
isn't there a CBA down in Angleton or no? Is there a CBA in Angleton or no?
Yeah, there is. I think it's Guns and Hoses.
Is it?
And I was, man, I had a choice to go to that one. It's an hour away, and Beeville 3 hours away. But man, I'm gonna just take my truck like I used to do, and I'm gonna load 3 barrels in the back and sleep in a tent and go 10 miles down the road, dude, and have fun over there. It's a weird cook. It's an invite only, and they're doing I think it's you got to do 10 thighs, 10 ribs, 10 slices of brisket. They put it in a metal half pan, and they wrap it. You got to wrap it full, and you turn it in. And It's on private property. They're doing a
10
Calcutta. They
thighs,
gotta pay off.
10 thighs and a half pan.
Yeah. 10 thighs, 10 ribs,
In a
10
full size pan. You got to put that in a full pan.
Well, no, not. They're all separate
That's
timing.
what
It's not like
KCBS
all at once.
man.
I'm
Full
not like,
or a half pan? A full pan or a half pan?
They're still doing like three turning times. It's like a regular cook off. It's just they want 10 thighs for chicken, 10 ribs for ribs, and then 10 slices of brisket. So
You
Ready
can
to
get
beat
10 thighs and a half pan easy, bro.
I just want a GC, so I'm hoping that the Calcutta, we're just, they're all buying into me, and I get a little bit of money out of it, maybe. Who knows, I don't know.
You're going to try to sneak in there on that Calcutta, huh?
Yeah, or I win I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
But after that, I'll be in Corpus Christi the next week. So the CBA Corpus Christi the next week, I'll be out there.
Nice. Well, cool, man.
11 and 12.
Man, we enjoyed had you. We're gonna go backstage and finish up some stuff. But man, if there's anybody you want to thank that's helped you or sponsors, man, now's the time to blast them.
Hold on, I got you.
We're going to go ahead and play this one
I
out.
want to give a shout out, but hey, by the way, this weekend cook off it's already full. I think they can only allow 40, but it's called Blazing by the Bay in South Padre. So I want to give a shout out to my boys, AB, Nick, Dell, and Eli. They kind of like started that cook off, and they got it CBA sanctioned. So shout out to those guys, man. They're awesome. And other than that, dude, I want to thank Gourmet Wood, dude, Alonzo on the team, and Orlando on the team. Dude, Orlando is the coolest dude ever, and their wood is the greatest. And he's been on my side the last 2 years. Like he trusted me when I first started CBA, because I just always I shared a lot of reels with them, videos, and I use his stuff nonstop. Even at home cooking, I always promote his stuff and tag him and everything. Obviously, Gulf Coast Smoke, dude, is one of my initiatives. Alonzo and his wife and that squad and allowing me to be on their team is awesome. Their products are great, man. And, one thing about products is like we all love everyone's product, but, dude, try your own blends out, man. You don't gotta be just one product. Every owner of every rub knows, like Bill, Phil.
Hey, not one person gives a shit.
Let's wrap this up.
God damn it!
God damn it! This is the lonesome dove of fucking closing statements.
All right. So anyway, my point is, all right. So Gulf Coast Smoke, chopping block, obviously with my wood.
He's got a fucking book, man.
God damn. Top block with me, Carniceria Prime, dude. Carniceria Prime. Joe and the gang, Joe and the Smokers, the Joe Brothers gang,
Years I've been waiting for somebody to
Maddie, all the homeboys. First Day Bank, my wife works there. Hey, first of all, I want to thank my wife, by the way. I love her to death. She lets me go do all this crazy shit and waste all her money. Elk Creek, yeah. And of course, Bill. Keep it busy.